Hello citizens and welcome to another video. My name is The Hero and today I decided I want to rank every single live action Disney movie. So the first one on the list is 101 Dalmatians. Now, I know there's 102 Dalmatians. I'm not even going to do that one because literally 101 Dalmatians was great. I remember watching it as a kid. I remember it being amazing. I remember, being awesome. I mean, Glenn Close as Cruella, one of the best live action villains of all time. I have not seen this movie in a very long time. It might be ready to do a rewatch to know exactly if it still holds up to today. But I remember watching it a lot as a kid and I remember just the Dalmatians being cool. So this one, I don't know. I'm going to throw in B tier. I don't know if it's exactly amazing anymore. I'd have to rewatch it. Alice in Wonderland by Tim Burton. Okay. Another movie I haven't really seen in a while. I absolutely hated the actress they picked for Alice. I don't know why. I just don't see her looking like Alice from the cartoons. But I do love that Tim Burton was chosen for this one because I feel like Tim Burton's the perfect director for this type of movie. It's just all over the place. It's crazy. It's weird. I mean, Johnny Depp as Mad Hatter. Oh my gosh, so good. So for that, I'm going to throw it up in A tier. I think it's A tier. I don't know. I don't think it's anything to write home to, but A tier is fine. Maleficent. Okay, now this one I absolutely loved. Okay, I know it's a little bit different from Sleeping Beauty, right? It's not a true live action remake, right? But it's just a live action reimagined. But this one, I think that was a hit. I really enjoyed Maleficent. I think Angelina Jolie plays a really good Maleficent. I think the backstory of Maleficent is interesting, that we get more about her. And to be honest, this film opened up a whole avenue for me of I want to see more Disney villain movies. Give me more Disney villain movies. I need them now. A Hades movie, can you imagine? That would go off, bro. So Maleficent, I'm gonna throw up an S tier because I really enjoyed that movie. Cinderella. I love Cinderella in the terms of it was probably the most closest to the original. I feel like it does very good way of showing a romantic story, which is what Cinderella is all about. I don't know. It's one of those that I don't really watch that much though. I don't really throw it up on my list and be like, oh, I'm gonna rewatch Cinderella. So I'm gonna say B tier. I'm going to say B tier just because it's still good. It still holds up. I think people that watch it, if you really love Cinderella, you're going to love this movie. The Jungle Book. Okay, so this one, I have to admit, I've only seen one time. The one time I remember seeing it, I'm pretty sure this is one of the best live actions ever. But if I can remember, I remember it doing really well. I think the graphics for the creatures is what Lion King should have done. So for that reason, I think Jungle Book holds up today. I mean, Jon Favreau as well doing it. I mean, that man can't go wrong in movies. I'm just telling you right now. So this one, I'm going to throw up an S tier because it's definitely S tier for me. Beauty and the Beast. Okay, Beauty and the Beast, definitely S tier, if not the best live action in my opinion, which is weird because a lot of people for some reason really hate Beauty and the Beast live action. I don't get it. I don't know if people just hated Emma Watson. I don't know. This is easily the best casting choices I think they've ever done in a Disney movie. Emma Watson was a weird choice for Belle. I agree. I'm sure we've all had an image of Belle in our mind, but I think she did all right. I think she did great. I don't think she ruined the movie like some people say. CGI behind Lumiere and all the furniture and everything, so good. Beast looked amazing. I mean, Evermore sang by Beast, that song itself was a great addition. It needed to be in the movie. Josh Gad as freaking LeFou, dude. And maybe people were mad about maybe the gay underlines behind LeFou, but let's be honest, LeFou's gay. Christopher Robin, I forgot they made this. You can't go wrong with Ewan McGregor. A lot of his movies are crazy, all over the place, but I mean, this one was pretty good, if I remember. I've only seen it once because I'm not a big Pooh guy, to be honest with you. Pooh. I do like that they did puppets for the characters instead of CGI. I love when movies go more practical, so I'll give it some brownie points for that. But I feel like it's one of those movies that's forgettable. I'm gonna throw it C tier. I'm gonna say C tier. Dumbo, another Tim Burton remake. It's so weird how the movies they decided to do live actions for were so obscure, besides Beauty and the Beast being so prominent and maybe Cinderella, the other ones were kind of they were still testing the waters of which movies to do live action for, which is very weird to me. But anyways, Dumbo. I remember watching it. I watched it one time. Again, not a movie I've watched a ton of times. Another movie, even the original, I was never really into. So it's another one of those movies I kind of just forget about, to be honest. It's one of those that I just don't really think about. So I'm going to throw it in C tier as well because I'm just, Aladdin. Oh, okay. Aladdin, S tier. I don't even have to even say it. Between that and Beauty and the Beast has to be like the top live actions of all time. Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast don't top, like nothing tops those. Those were so beautifully written, so good. I was very iffy on like Will Smith being the genie, and then when I seen it, I liked the flavor he brought. A lot of people were so mad about him being casted, and they were like, "Oh, no one will be as good as Robin Williams." And I agree. The reimagined version of Will Smith being the genie was good. Perfect casting choice for Aladdin. I don't think they could have gone with any other person. No one ever would have been as good as Aladdin. And the live action Aladdin, for some reason, reminds me very similar to like Indiana Jones. It gives that Indiana Jones vibe of being in the desert, the adventure and all that. I think that's why I like it, because I love those types of movies. The Lion King. Okay. Now this one was made by Jon Favreau as well, which I thought was very interesting because the Jungle Book was just so much better. It was good. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoyed it. The non-emotion shown by Simba when Mufasa dies. I'm sorry, even if it's a live action, you got to add some tears or something. Emotional music, something, bro. Jeremy Irons is still around. I don't know why they didn't really try to get him to come back to do Scar again. I'm glad they got James Earl Jones to do Mufasa again, because oh my gosh, this is probably the last time we'll see James Earl Jones do Mufasa. So I'm glad they were able to bring him back, and that gives it some extra brownie points just for that alone. A C tier for me. Lady and the Tramp. I just feel like this one shouldn't have been made. I know it was a Disney Plus release as well, so they even have confidence in it. So come on, Disney. I just don't think it really needed a live action, and I kind of feel like that with the Aristocats. I think they're doing a live action for here soon for a Disney Plus release. I just don't think it's really needed, guys. I'm sorry, these are not live action movies in my opinion. So I'm gonna give Lady and the Tramp an F tier. It's an F tier. I'm sorry. Mulan. Oh, the things I could say about Mulan that make me just get so mad. Why wasn't Mushu a part of it, guys? Why wasn't Mushu a part of this story? Why wasn't there any music? Who decided at Disney that this was smart? You're an idiot. This movie was good on its own. If it wasn't Mulan and it was just like a Mulan story about the book, The Chinese Warrior or something like that, sure, it would have been good on its own. Just don't throw Disney on there. Don't call it a reimagining or a remake. There were so many iconic songs that you took out. You took out the sidekick that everyone loves. You took out her love interest. What was this movie? For that reason, I'm giving it an F tier. It's not because the movie's bad. It's because the movie didn't follow what it should have done. And don't ever do that again to us, Disney. All right, Cruella, again, a reimagining of the beginning arc of a Disney villain. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those movies that I probably won't really watch again, just because I don't really care about Cruella as a villain. I know, sorry Disney fans, but I get that like her arc for here makes sense, and I think it was like good acting and all that. I feel like they should have done more prominent characters first. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll give it a C tier. Pinocchio, another Disney Plus live action remake. I don't think this one was necessarily bad, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it. I'm easily entertained. Robert Zemeckis made it, which is, if you guys don't know, made Back to the Future. Tom Hanks as Geppetto was cool. I like when Tom Hanks plays like old men. I don't know. I feel like this movie, again, is like a C tier. I probably won't watch it again. Peter Pan and Wendy. The idea behind it was interesting. It was a different take on Peter Pan than we've seen in the past, because there's been so many Peter Pan movies. Again, I wish, maybe because it was on Disney Plus, I want to see these like in theaters, you know what I mean? I want that theater experience for a remake of a Disney movie. Like, it belongs in the theater. But anyway, so this one was all right. I liked that it confirmed a theory that we all had about Captain Hook, about him being a lost boy that got lost in Neverland and never could leave and stuff. I thought that was interesting. But I still think it's a C tier. It's one of those that I'm like, again, it's gonna be forgettable. All right, and then The Little Mermaid is the last one that came out recently. I really enjoyed. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I love it. I love when Lin-Manuel Miranda's attached to films. Everything that happened in that movie was awesome. They changed little things, like Little Mermaid was the one that actually killed Ursula and stuff. Spoiler alert. Freaking Halle Bailey killed it as Ariel. Like, her voice was insane. And I like that they gave more of a story to Prince Eric. Made him more of a character than just some prince that was lovey-dovey and fell for a woman because she sang to him. I love The Little Mermaid, so you can't really go wrong with that story. So that would be an I'm gonna throw it up an A tier for me. It's not S tier because I don't think it's better or on par with Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast, but I do think it's one of the best live actions we've gotten. There you have it. That is all the Disney live action movies ranked. What is your guys' ranking? Let me know down in the comments below. What is your guys' favorite live action movie? I want to know. I'm excited to see what next movies come out. I think we have like Snow White on the horizon, a Lilo and Stitch, a live action Bambi movie, I think, Hercules. We have a couple ones coming, so I'm very excited. Hercules is on the top tier for me because best Disney movie of all time. But check out this video right here if you guys want to see another ranking videos, because I love doing rankings. You can see them in the playlist right here, of course. Subscribe, and until the next video, bye-bye.